All right. So I see that people are still coming in to the webinar. Give everybody just a minute here to get situated. Couple of housekeeping items. Everybody is muted. And if you'd like to ask a question, just go into the question box, and I'll be watching the question box, and I will be happy to answer any questions as they come up. Can somebody, if you guys can hear me okay and can see the screen, would somebody mind going either into the chat box or into the question box and just let me know, yes, that you can hear me and that you could see my screen? Give me just a second. I think I'm getting some responses, but I am having some technical difficulties here, so give me just a second. Okay. I think I've got this figured out. Let me just double check here. Okay, awesome. Thanks, everybody. So I love this technology. Still, this GoToWebinar, I still can't, after all these years of using it, I still have, still get issues with it now and again. All right, so today we are going to talk about, this is actually going to be a relatively quick webinar training. We're going to talk about customer appreciation and how it makes you more money. Now, well, let's get into this because I want to give you a few disclaimers first. So this is for you if you are a company that understands the lifetime value of a customer is much greater than today's transactional value. This is for you if you are the type of company that is really committed to providing the highest levels of customer service. And also, if you are the type of company that's really committed to getting more business from repeat and referral. And also, I'm going to show you a pretty good way of getting some rehash as well. So today, we are going to talk about how appreciation helps you stand out from the competition, how to use appreciation as a marketing strategy, and then I'm going to show you 3 opportunities, 3 places for you to use appreciation to make more money in your home improvement business. Now, if you do this right, you can expect better quality leads. Now, the better quality leads are really going to come from your existing customers, getting them to come back and buy from you again, and them making introductions to their friends and family, referrals. We all agree that those 2 are the best quality leads that we can get. Repeat business, they close at 60, sometimes 70%. And then referral leads will close 40, 50%. So those are great quality leads, and we want to do more, or we want to do everything that we can, I should say, to get more and more of those. That also leads to more closed sales. If we've got more leads coming from repeat customers, if we've got more leads coming from referrals, that is going to increase our close rate. So that is going to give us more closed sales, and ultimately, this is all about earning higher profits in your business, right? Now, you don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. But if you want a business that has long-term staying power in your marketplace, in this industry, if you want to build wealth for you and your family from your business, and you want to not be a slave to your business, then this is one of the strategies that you should implement into your business. So if you are in this business for the long haul and you want to make as much as you can out of this business, move some of that money out of the business and build wealth for your family kind of on the side, and not be a slave to your business, you've got to be created or committed to creating customers for life. Now, if you've heard me or Addie speak before, you know that this is the main thing that we talk about, is creating customers for life. One of the ways that you do this is by delivering a wow experience. Delivering a wow experience. Delivering an experience that they're going to remember, that they're going to want to talk about, that they're going to want to brag about to their friends and family and neighbors. An experience so good that they're going to want to come back and do business with you again. That's the first piece. And then the second piece is, how do you develop relationship with your customers over time? Over time. We have clients that have been in business for 10 plus years, 20 plus years, that still have relationships with their customers over all of that time. Those businesses are valuable. Those businesses are valuable. Those relationships inside of the business are valuable, right? And so, hold on a second. Somebody just said, oh, it would help if I showed my screen. So here we go. Thank you for the note on the screen. So I was here. Whoops. I was here talking about the wow experience, and now we're here talking about relationship. But really, relationships, there's so much more value in your business, in your company, when you can demonstrate relationship with your customers. Now, appreciation is one of the strategies, just one of the strategies that we use to both deliver a wow experience to the customer and also develop relationship with the customer. Now, what's cool about appreciation is there are some things here that make it a huge opportunity. One is, very few companies use it. Very few companies use appreciation as a strategy. Very few care enough about their customer to do things like this, to use appreciation, right? Appreciation helps you stand out from the competition. Now, ideally, the appreciation, I should say this, ideally, the appreciation is heartfelt, that it's sincere, that you really want to do this because it's the right thing to do with your customer, and I'll talk to you a little bit more about that in a few minutes. The other thing, too, when we talk strategically about using appreciation, is this thing called the law of reciprocity, which I'll get into in just a second. So these are just some of the reasons why appreciation will help you make more money in your business. Now, on this training, I want to talk to you specifically about 3 areas of opportunity for you to strategically use appreciation to get higher quality leads, close more sales, and make more money. Number 1 is after demo, for the sales presentation. Number 2 is after job completion. And number 3 is after somebody has made a referral or an introduction, right? So we'll start with after the demo, or the sales presentation. So I think that regardless of whether you sold the job or didn't sell the job, I think one of the most powerful things that you can do is send that prospect or now new customer a little handwritten thank you note from the salesperson. Now, the way that this works, and I'm gonna give you here on each of these three areas, I'm gonna give you very simple strategies that you can execute on your own starting tomorrow, starting today, starting this afternoon. Now, after the sales presentation has been made, what I always recommend is when your salesperson gets back to their car, their vehicle, they should have with them a stack of simple thank you cards. You can buy these at any of the big office superstores, right? Give all of your salespeople these thank you cards. Give them stamps, or even better, put a stamp on the envelope of the thank you card, okay? So you're giving them a blank thank you card with an envelope that has a live stamp on it. When they come back to their car, depending on whether or not they sold the job or did not sell the job, they write a note inside of the thank you card, put in their business card, and drop it in a mailbox, not the mailbox of the prospect or customer, but in a mailbox in the neighborhood. Now, what's going to happen is that piece of mail, that little thank you note, is not going to show up the next day, but the following day. If the sale was made, this one is easier. If the sale was made, then what you're doing by showing up with a little thank you note is showing them, hey, we care about you, you're important to us, from the salesperson's point, from the salesperson. And of course, he's representing or she's representing the company. So that is a good thing. Can't hurt you. All it can do is help you. Now, no sale. Now, most of us, when we don't make a sale, we're not very happy about it. However, there is this thing called rehash, or, my friend Tim Mush at Market Sheriff calls it asset recovery. So if you issue 10 leads to somebody, and on average 3 of those are sold, there's 7 of them that are not sold. Of those 7, 60% of them will buy, not necessarily from you, but they will buy that product or service within 1 year. What that means is that there's an opportunity for another 4 sales. If your salesperson just leaves, does nothing, then it makes the job to try and get that job through your rehash efforts, it's just a little bit harder. We all know that it's difficult. But what if that customer, or prospect I should say, got a little thank you note in the mail, and then your office called to follow up now on that, why the job didn't sell, and what can we do to make the sale? That little thing that costs less than $1 to do will help sway, hopefully, 1 or 2 people over to you, because nobody else is doing it. This is one of those things. I mean, you got to think about, in business, how do you show up different from everybody else? How do you stand out from everybody else? With all of the noise that's out there now, how do you show up different than everybody else? And this is one of those ways. And for me, and if you don't have a strategy in place for rehash, you are missing out on a ton of opportunity. Just because they didn't buy today doesn't mean they won't buy next week, next month, or even next year. Now, this call is not all about rehash, but this is something that you can put into your system that's relatively easy, relatively inexpensive, that will help those efforts of trying to get those jobs back that you did not sell. Okay? So that is after the sales presentation. It's a simple thank you card. That's all it is. In fact, what I recommend is have a script, if you will, for your salespeople, that all they have to do is when they get back to the car, they open up the thank you card, they get out a pen, they date it, they put in the customer's name or the prospect's name, and they write out that little note. Thank you for the opportunity, and sign their name on it. Okay? You need to say a little bit more than thank you for the opportunity. I'm not going to put words in your mouth, but you get the point. It's, thank you for allowing us into your home. We look forward to working with you, things like that. Whatever fits for you, whatever fits for your company. But give them the script. Do everything you can to make it easy for them. Make it easy for them. Because, look, they're salespeople, they're busy, they're thinking about the next sale, and so you want to help them. You want to help them along. All right. So that is one place. Give me a second here. Technical difficulty again. Okay. The second place to use appreciation is after job completion. After job completion. So think about this. So somebody has just spent $6,000, $8,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, whatever the number is with your company. They've made a major improvement to their home, or even a minor improvement to their home. You want to keep this customer now for life. You want to make this customer feel special. You want to make this customer feel like they made the right choice. And the other thing, too, is you want to make sure they don't forget you. Because left to their own devices, they will forget about you pretty quick. And so our recommendation is show up within a week with a thank you. Now, I think, personally, I just think that it's the right thing to do. Send them something. Send them a thank you note. We'll talk about a few things here. Aside from the fact that it's the right thing to do, it makes people feel good about you and about your company. Right? Now, imagine this, it's a week later, the project's been finished, you're gone, they're on with their lives. They're on with their lives. Maybe they remember you, maybe they don't remember you at this point, but when you show up there again, it makes them feel good about you and your company. The other thing, too, is it makes you memorable. Why? Because most people won't do it. Most of the people that they've dealt with, that they've made a major purchase from, probably haven't said thank you to them, even a minor purchase. This is not a strategy only for home improvements. This is also a strategy for any kind of business. The other thing, too, is this is going to help you get more referrals, because what are you doing? You're showing up again a week later after the job has been completed, and now you're giving them something to talk about. One of the things that we do for our clients is we send out thank yous after job completion. And one of the options for our clients is to send a jar of chocolate chip cookies. Now, the jar of chocolate chip cookies is branded with the company name and all of that. And we hear stories all the time of how these jars get shared with other people. Just recently, one of our clients sent us an email saying that the customer she actually sent them an email, and they forwarded it to us, where she got the jar of cookies and actually took it to work with her. So imagine it's got the company's information on it. It's got a big thank you on it. And here's this lady taking the cookies to the office, sharing it with all of her coworkers. How valuable is that to our client, to you? It's very valuable. Now, here's just a couple of options. Here's kind of how we do it. We send out a big thank you box. We put a jar of cookies in there. We put a thank you card in there. And we just want to make it, like I said, memorable. We want to stand out from everybody else. And so we show up in a big way, Now, we also do just a thank you card. So at a minimum, if you can't do a gift, do at least another thank you card. Now, this is just an example of what we do. I mean, one of the things that we do with the thank you cards is we actually include company gift cards in the thank you card. So it's essentially what we call it is a bounce back card, So we're saying to you, hey, thank you for being such a great customer. Here is a friends and family gift card that you can use for your next purchase, or you can pass it on to a friend. Okay? So what we want to do with the thank you card and the whole thank you packaging is we want to set them up for the next sale, but what we also want to do is we want to inspire referrals. So we want to give them something to talk about. We want to give them something that they can pass out and give to their friends and family and neighbors. So this is a very powerful strategy. The other thing too with this, just kind of from a customer value standpoint, is that if you are in a type of business like plumbing or HVAC, where people will continually be coming back to you, the faster you can get them to come back to you and make the second purchase, the better off you are. The faster you can get them to make the third purchase, the better off you are. If you can get them to that second purchase, the odds of them using you again for a third time and a fourth time go up dramatically. So our goal when working with plumbing and HVAC clients is to get that customer to come back and use our service again as quickly as possible, because then we get them locked in. So after job completion, what you want to do is you want to send a thank you card at minimum. At a minimum, you want to send a thank you card. Ideally, send some sort of gift. We like cookies. Everybody likes cookies. That's why we use them. I don't use flowers. They die. I don't like that. I'd rather something get eaten than die. We don't use plants. I don't really like using alcohol because, you know, some people drink wine, some people don't. Cookies are safe. And that's what we use. You could do an email. Start emailing your customer just to stay in touch. Now, that's another bigger part of this, but you want to be in touch with your customer. You want to be in their mailbox, their physical mailbox. You also want to be in their email inbox as well. You want to be in both places. By the way, response rates on emails go way, way up when you start messaging them early. And those messages are messages of, hey, thank you, or hey, here's what's going to happen next in the process. So the email strategy is just listed when you start to do it early. And then after you do the thank you, you want to put them into your regular email communication stream, which should include an email newsletter, a company newsletter. Okay? And then finally, a happy call, what we call a happy call. Call your customer after the job has been completed. Thank them for choosing you. Make sure that they don't have any issues or concerns, right? Ask them for their feedback, right? So the happy call is important, but I like these all done together, all done together, right? The other thing, too, that I want to just mention here is this thing called the law of reciprocity. Now, part of the reason why we send a gift out with the thank you is because in that same package, we are asking people to go online and give us a review, or initially to give us feedback, right? Because that's what we all want. We want to drive every customer to a feedback platform, to a way that we can get their feedback and push them out onto the review site if the feedback is good. And so the law of reciprocity basically says that if I do something for you, now you kind of feel obligated to do something for me. And so when you're sending them a thank you and you're asking them, hey, would you mind taking a minute to just let us know how we did, your chances of them doing it are much greater. And we have data that backs this up. And so it's a good strategy for helping you get more feedback and more reviews, and of course get more referrals. All right? So that is after job completion. And then the last place is after somebody makes a referral. When somebody makes a referral, you've got to make a big deal out of it. Say thank you. Call them up. Send them a note. Send them an email. Do something to acknowledge that they've sent you a referral. One of the worst things that you can do is let people refer you and not then acknowledge those people for making the referral. Now look, they may not be looking for acknowledgement, a thank you. They may not be looking for a gift or a reward. But I'll tell you what, if you do this, it will leave an impression in their mind, a positive impression. It will help them to talk about you more favorably. It will help them to refer you more and longer. I did a whole training on this one piece alone, and what I'll tell you about that is that the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule, applies to everything in nature, right? It will also apply to referrals. And so when you have, because not 100% of your customers are going to make referrals. It's probably 20% are going to make 80% of the referrals. But within that 20%, there are people that could be huge influencers for you. They can be huge promoters of your services. And when you acknowledge people for making a referral, what you're doing is you're starting to weed out who those people might be, because what's going to happen is they will hopefully refer you more and more and more and more. All of these people exist, by the way, in all of our businesses. In all of our businesses. There are people, if you've got 100 customers, let's say, there are probably five that could be like hyper referrers, people that can introduce you to a lot of people, right? And so what you want to do is you want to weed out who those people are. Not weed out, I should say, but you want to uncover who those people are. And then you just want to stay with them and stay with them and stay with them, because they will help you grow your business. And so what we recommend is, again, same idea. Send them an email, say thank you. Make a phone call. Say thank you. Send them a thank you card. Now, ideally, send them a gift with it. Send them a gift. I like sending money or gift cards. If you have, so for example, if you've got a local restaurant in your town or in your city that's popular, go to that restaurant and say, hey, look, I want to buy some gift cards. And let's say that, make a deal with them. Say, look, sell me some $100 gift cards. I'll pay you, $70 for them, $60 or $70. And I'm going to give these to my customers when they make referrals. And I'm going to introduce new people to your restaurant. Most restaurants will probably make that deal. I mean, you don't have to make the deal, but, you could try. But you could do something like that. The point here is make a big deal out of it. Make a big deal out of it. Because when you find those people that will continually be making referrals and acknowledging them for making the referrals, they really can help you grow your business pretty dramatically. So always remember that at the end of the day, people don't remember what you said. What they remember is how you made them feel. How you made them feel. And again, going back, appreciation is so not used. It's just not one of those things that a lot of people are doing on a consistent basis. And when you show up different and you show up as the one company that really stands out from the crowd, it's a huge benefit for you. It's going to give you staying power. It's going to help you get more repeat business, more referrals, more word of mouth. Right? It's a win-win. So that's it for today. I hope that this has been helpful. If anybody's got any questions, I'll stick around here for a couple of minutes if you've got any questions. We do have some resources available for you while I wait to see if anybody has any questions. We do have some resources for you. We do have a referral success blueprint. And we've also got a relationship marketing strategy session, or a wealthy contractor strategy session, where we'll walk you through and talk to you about what opportunities may exist inside of your business for using appreciation, for uncovering opportunities to get more repeat business, to get more referrals into your business, to get a higher close rate, to make more money. If that's something that you're interested in, you can just call our office at the number on the screen, 305-856-8788, and schedule your free, no obligation strategy session. Or you can go to this funky URL right here and just fill out a strategy session request online, and that is www.tiny, TINY.cc/GFOUR1. I know it's kind of a funky URL, but it's basically a shortcut. That's why it's called Tiny. So it's tiny.cc/GFOUR1. All right, everybody. Well, I want to thank you for being here. I hope this was of value to you. Let me know if there's any way that we can help you to grow your business, to make more leads, make more sales, make more money. Thank you all, and have a great day, and we'll see you next month.